Let me start by asking you a question. Would you stand by and take credit for another person's hard work? Or would you speak up? How you answer this question determines whether or not you have a good moral compass. Wait a second. How can a simple scenario determine whether or not you have a good moral compass? Let's be honest. As you go through life, you'll come across countless situations that check if your moral compass knows its true north. So in this video, let's discuss what having a moral compass means. I'm sure you've heard people throw around the term moral compass like it's a mystical guide to righteousness. But what the heck is it? And why should you care? So let's break it down. Your moral compass is like that little voice inside your head that tells you what's right and wrong. It's not some GPS with coordinates to the moral high ground. It's more like a quirky, personalized map you carry around in your brain. Picture this. You are faced with a decision. Do you help the struggling classmate or pretend you didn't notice? Your moral compass is the silent guide nudging you in one direction or another. It's the sum total of your principles, values, experiences, all bundled up in your psyche. As you can tell by now, your moral compass is not something you can touch and feel. Let's just say it's sort of like a DIY project you've been working on since you could spell ethics. Your upbringing, culture, friends, and the mess-ups you've made are all ingredients that make up your moral compass. So let's talk about a few of them. Family. Your family lays the foundation. Our parents set the tone. From the moment we're born, we learn about the world around us by watching our parents. If we see mom saying, "Treat others as you want to be treated," and dad saying, "Always be honest," we start incorporating those things into our moral compass. Culture. Let's add a little bit of culture to the mix. Different societies have different flavors of morality. What might be perfectly fine in one culture might raise some eyebrows in another. Your cultural background makes your moral compass unique to you. Friendships. The people you surround yourself with influence your choices. Ever heard that saying, choose your friends wisely? This is because if you surround yourself with the wrong kind of people, your moral compass might start pointing south. Life lessons, mistakes, failures, triumphs, each one is a lesson. Burn your hand on the stove once and you'll never touch it again, right? Apply this principle to life and you have a recipe for wisdom. Let's answer the next most important question. How does it work? Think of it as a decision-making partner, a little Jiminy Cricket on your shoulder. Gut feeling. Have you ever had that weird gut feeling that something is off? That's your moral compass sending flares into the sky. It's like your body's way of saying, hold up, something's not right here. Trust that feeling. It's your compass at work. Internal debates. Your moral compass is the referee in the internal wrestling match of right versus wrong. When you're stuck at a crossroads, it's the one holding the ring bell. It'll weigh the pros and cons, consult your values, and help you make the call. Learning from mistakes. Your moral compass is not infallible. Sometimes it gets a bit rusty or points in the wrong direction, but that's okay. The key is to learn from your missteps, recalibrate, and move forward. It's a lifelong journey, not a one-time trip. So next, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why bother having a moral compass when you can just go with the flow and see where life takes you? Well, there are some pretty good reasons, and let me tell you why. A moral compass helps you navigate life's storms. Life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes it's thunderstorms and hail. Remember how I said your moral compass is your guide? It helps you navigate the challenges and come out on the other side with your integrity intact. Without it, you might get into some serious trouble. It helps build trustworthy relationships. Have you ever met someone whose moral compass is constantly spinning? Someone with an unstable moral compass is inconsistent. Their ethical decisions change based on what's convenient for them. They lack empathy, and they want nothing to do with self-reflection. Having a reliable compass makes you a trustworthy person. People respect and rely on someone who stands by their principles. A moral compass defines your true north. Your moral compass is like a compass rose on a map, pointing you towards your true north, your core values. Knowing who you are and what you stand for gives you a sense of purpose and direction. It helps you avoid regrettable detours. Have you ever made a decision and thought, "What was I thinking?" Your moral compass helps you steer clear of regrettable detours. It's your safety net, preventing you from straying too far from the path you want to be on. So here's the thing. Your moral compass is what you make it. Your nature and nurture help decide whether or not you end up with a good moral compass. And you know the great thing about a moral compass? It's not fixed. It can change. More importantly, you can change it. So let's be real. None of us have perfect moral compasses. We all make mistakes because decisions we make lead us down the wrong path. But that doesn't mean you can't find the right path eventually. If there's one thing I've been privileged to have the opportunity to see firsthand, it's the way people transform their lives. My job as a substance use counselor involves working with people with extremely faulty moral compasses. Most of them have lied, cheated, stolen, and done some pretty immoral things because of their addiction. And that's all thanks to a bad moral compass. But it's not all doom and gloom, because remember how I said your moral compass is not fixed and that it can be changed? Because it can. It's not going to happen overnight. It's a slow process that starts with brutal honesty. Be truthful about your wrong decisions, the people you hurt, and the problems you've caused. Then you can slowly start to change course by surrounding yourself with people who are a positive influence and who radiate the goodness you're aiming for. Learn to empathize and care about others. Don't be shy to walk a mile in someone else's shoes. Lastly, be willing to keep moving, and remember to give yourself some grace. If you found some value in our content, click the like button before you go. If you haven't joined the Mind Habits community yet, click the subscribe button. And leave a comment below and share your thoughts with us. We look forward to reading your comments. As always, don't forget to spread loving kindness to all beings around you and be the change you want to see in the world. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.